In this video, we will talk about working with the network and LDSperimetral. What can we do with our network using this perimeter system, right? So we can do several things. We can keep a copy of the playlist, the sequences, and the media files in another system, separated via the network, right? Just as a storage, as a backup storage. Right? We can set up a primary backup installation system. I mean, a system when we configure everything we want to play in one computer, and we have another computer as a backup. But this other computer will keep all the files, but also will be playing the same content at the same time on the primary, right? A typical primary backup installation, right? We can synchronize different systems, like different perimeter systems and fascial systems. A fascia, the perimeter that is in the top of the stadiums, right? Can be synchronized with a perimeter system using LDSperimetral, right? We talk about one primary and one backup, but we do not have one backup. We can have many, right? And we can synchronize many systems. We've made tests up to 8 systems at the moment, right? It will depend on the network traffic and different technical details, right? And we can also use LDSperimetral to synchronize the perimeter system and bigger screens. I mean, a bigger screen, conceptually, is a perimeter system with one cabinet, very big, right? So with this idea, we can play and do many things, right? So, to do all this thing, the system can have 2 different behaviors, right? The first is if the system is primary or the system is a backup. From the content point of view, I mean, is the system where I create the media, or is the system where I will receive notifications to synchronize my media and the media of a primary, right? If I create the media in this computer is the primary. And if I want to store a backup of all the media in another system, that system is the backup. Obvious seems, right? So this also affects to the content, not to what is playing, to the content, right? I am the original, or am I the one who received the copies, right? And independently, if I am a primary or a backup, I can be a director or a directed system. I mean, the director is the one who decides what is going to play and sends notifications via the network to the directed systems to play that, right? And the directed is just waiting to receive notifications from the director, right? To know from the director about what does he has to play, right? As you can see here, we can be director, directed, or we can be without working with the network, right? In the same as a primary backup, or not a primary nor a backup, right? If you don't have network, you are an autonomous system. No trouble about it. If you are primary and director, you are what uses to be understood as a primary system, the one who creates the content and decides what to play. And the backup is the one who receives a copy of the content and is told what to play, right? But if you are not a primary and you are not a backup, you can be a system that organizes the media in many displays, right? So when I say it's going to play the sequence number 1, for example, everyone will be notified to start the sequence number 1. But the sequence number 1 in different systems may mean different content, right? So at this point, this is an orchestrator of displays. And if you are directed, you are an individual display that will do what the orchestrator says, right? So, it's a very flexible system, it's a very powerful system, but it has some complications, it had some difficulties in choosing what are the correct settings to be set, right? Some of them are very obvious, but you can do many things that are different for the systems, just playing with different combinations. That's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.